Good morning, everybody. First of all, I would like to thank the organizers for the kind invitation. And I think this is a great forum, a very important forum, which takes place during a period when Greek economy, has realized some very important achievements and accomplishments. So now they have told me to change to Greek, to turn it to Greek, so I don't know which language should I use, but let me say, since we have a few people from abroad, let me say that indeed, over the last 4 or 5 years, the Greek economy is growing constantly. This year, the current year, the growth is 2.4%. It will reach 3% in 2024. So the Greek economy currently is growing with a pace which is 3 times, 4 times higher than the average European growth. Also, exports in 2022 have been considerably increased versus 2019. We have an increase in exports of more than 60%. Foreign direct investments have increased by 57% in 2022 versus 2021, when Europe as a whole entity grew, foreign direct investments in Europe grew only by 1%. 57% in Greece in 1 year, just 1% increase in FDI in Europe. We have created 400,000 new jobs over the last 4 years. We suffer from an inflation, of course, which in Greece is 2.4%. It is half of the European average inflation. That means that the measures that we have taken in order to tackle inflation pressures are effective, of course, are not enough, and therefore we continue taking measures in order to support and to help households against those extreme inflationary pressures. And of course, last but not least, very recently we have obtained investment grade. And this is the proof that the economic growth of Greece is sustainable. Of course, now the big question and the big challenge is how to maintain, how to keep such a sustainable growth in the following years. Over a period that we face a very volatile geopolitical scene. We have a war, a devastating war, because of the Russian invasion to Ukraine. We have a volatile situation in Israel. We had to confront pandemic. We had to confront inflation pressures because of the COVID, and then we had to manage a huge energy crisis caused by the COVID and because of the Russian invasion to Ukraine. And it is it is very remarkable, the fact that we have achieved all the previous accomplishments, having at the same time to confront and to tackle all these 4 global crises. So what are the priorities that we have set as a government in order to be able to sustain a robust economic growth? We have 5 priorities. The first has to do with the huge transformation of our energy sector. Currently, we have planned and we are implementing a green transition, a very ambitious green transition. In the first 8 months, more than 50% of the electricity consumption came from renewables. Last year, we have deployed almost 2,000 megawatts of renewables, when between 2015 and 2019, we were constructing and connecting to the grid only 200 and 300 megawatts, 2,000 megawatts in 2022. the same pace of deployment continues. We have estimated that by the year 2030, 80% of the electricity consumption should come from renewables. For this reason, we're going to deploy more or less another 11 to 12 gigawatts of renewables. We have to deploy around 8 gigawatts of storage capacity, both batteries and storage systems. And of course, we have to increase the electrical connections, the interconnections with the neighboring countries. So we have recently doubled the electricity connection with Bulgaria. We are tripling the electricity connection with Albania. We are doubling electricity interconnection with Italy and North Macedonia. And of course, we have two visionary projects that yesterday obtained the PCI status, which is the electricity interconnection between Egypt and Greece, and of course, electricity interconnection, submarine electricity interconnection between Greece, Crete, and Cyprus. We also implementing a huge renovation wave because energy efficiency is in the core of our strategy for the green transition. We also committed to a bold reform agenda. EY announced that Greece is #1 in the world when it comes to the development pace of reducing the red tape, cutting the red tape. Digitalization of the public sector is one of our main priorities. Also, we are promoting research and innovation. Greece has been announced to be the first in the increase of public investments, public spending in the energy and innovation sector within Europe, and the 6th European member state in absolute terms. That shows how much committed we are in promoting research and innovation, and moreover to connect, to link research with industry. So no research for research, but research in order to arrive to final products and services. We want to transform Greece into the main logistics hub in the southeast Europe, and of course the port of Piraeus, but also the other 4 ports that are currently under development are going to play a very important role. And final, last but not least, industry and manufacturing. Tourist sector is very important. Shipping sector is very important. The Greek fleet represents 60% of the European fleet. We have more than 5,520 ships. So all these sectors are very important, but without a very sound industrial base, manufacturing base, I don't think that we can sustain long-term development for the Greek economy. Therefore, new incentives for promoting industrial activities are going to be announced, and of course, all those incentives are going to be linked with the extroversion of those industries. So now is the time for someone to invest in Greece because we have a stable political environment with our government. Very recently, it took office. We have a new term of 4 years. We have a robust economy. We are very much committed on cutting the red tape and continuing the structural reforms. We have a remarkable human capital with a strong academic background. And of course, Greece is constantly a pillar of stability in the broader area of Southeast Mediterranean and Southeast Europe.